Now, meanwhile, while Kenya is still in her feelings because wasn't nobody paying attention to all her interviews she kept doing about NeNe and NeNe's side piece. Now Kenya did another interview saying that she and Marc are trying to have another child. Now, I don't know if it's by immaculate conception. Well, actually, she did say by a surrogate. So she's not going to carry. She doesn't have to pretend that she had sex with Marc like she did at first. You remember they went to the fertility clinic in Barbados, and they didn't have to do anything. He didn't have to touch her. Only thing he had to do was go in the room and look at a few movies and do what he do. And then they took the stuff, they injected it. She had to shoot herself. She talked about it on Tamara Hall. She talked about it, and even Tamara Hall was shocked that Kenya had to do her own shots. Marc wasn't even there to help Kenya do her own hormone shots. And anyway, I digress. So we all know it's a scheme, it's a scam. Marc was never there. The whole entire process Kenya went through by herself. She is a single mom. I have reported about it on Straight from the A several times. People keep dragging me, talking about how you gonna call her a single mom? How you gonna call her a married mom when the daddy ain't never there? FaceTime father. Is that what little baby Brooklyn got? Now Kenya wants to have another baby so she can be a FaceTime, so he can be a FaceTime to the second baby too. But Kenya been hanging around Candy, and she see, the thing she gotta do is hire a nanny. She gonna have her babies and everything. She want to keep her legacy going. So you said she trying hard for that peach. Is that what it is? I don't know. She love abuse. It don't even seem like he like her enough to have another baby. How are you gonna go on to anyway? Let me go ahead and watch. Let me show this interview really quickly before I give my commentary on Kenya. Let me do this.
It's scary for him because Brooklyn's not his, only child. So for him, it's like, well, how many children will I have?
You've spoken previously about possibly having baby number 2 via surrogate. Is that something you're still considering?
I am. I actually am seriously considering it. And I went to my doctor the other day just to make sure that it's not a possibility for me. And so I'm going to be having a conversation with her later today to get the results of my test. So she did ultrasounds because, I have fibroids, and that was the main reason, one of the main reasons that I couldn't carry. But now, after nearly dying having her, it's a great concern. So I think, depending on the news today, it will be my only option.
And once you find out that news, if you are able to conceive, are you having that conversation with Marc that you could possibly have another baby with him?
Yeah, it's scary for him because Brooklyn's not his, only child. So for him, it's like, well, how many children will I have? So I think that is probably the biggest issue for him. But I don't think he thinks he can love anyone more than he loves Brooklyn and his other children right now. So I don't know. They have a really strong bond. And I think his fear is that what if, the child comes and I don't have this kind of bond with them because you didn't carry her, or we're, still figuring out our relationship. So it's a conversation that we're still trying to figure out, honestly. But I really feel more and more that I do. Time is ticking, and I want them to be close in age, and it's a sensitive subject.
Of course, I understand that, and I appreciate you being so candid about it. You said at the reunion that you and Marc have been engaging in Zoom therapy sessions.
This is interesting.
And that's been something
I haven't watched it, by the way.
Well for the two of you?
It's going, and I don't think therapy is easy for anyone. I would like to have more. I would like to have in-person sessions. I would like to really be able to dig a little deeper. And so, it's a start.
That makes sense. When the subject of NeNe and Greg came up at the reunion, NeNe was trying to
Another NeNe question.
Your relationship, and you noted that you're still separated from Marc, and that if he's out on a date, he's out on a date. It seemed kind of cavalier to me. Would you be that matter of fact or fine if he was out on a date?
Well, no, I think that's part of, in the reunions, having a tough exterior. No, I wouldn't be fine with it because it would be hurtful. I wouldn't want him to be on a date with someone else. I would want him to completely focus on his wife. If it happens, it's not something that I can necessarily control because we are separated. But I think that is kind of a sign of moving on. And I know that separated people do that, but I feel as though if we decide to move forward with a divorce is I think when you would date or go out with someone else.
You're keeping in touch via FaceTime every day, so you're able to do some sort of virtual co-parenting?
Yeah, we completely have the best conversations in the morning, at night.
I told you, a FaceTime parent.
When I'm feeding her, when we're playing, Brooklyn pretends that he's literally in the room and she tries to feed him food to the, through the phone. She blows some kisses. She kisses the phone constantly. It's as though she doesn't know he's not in the room. But I know she's smarter than that, but she still interacts with him as though he's in the room.
That's so sweet. What other milestones is Brooklyn hitting right now?
She is talking up a storm. She has so many words. I have lost count. I used to keep count of how many words. So I was at 25, and then the next day I was at 30, and now it's 40, and now it's 50. And really, she can repeat anything you say. She can count up to about 15.
Okay.
She just turned 18 months.
How long we get?
She is.
Oh, my bad.
Doing everything. I cannot keep track of the progress that she makes. It's just in strides. Like, she's an amazing, very precocious, very intelligent little girl. And it's amazing to just see her progress and her benchmarks. And the doctor said that she was thriving, and for a mom to hear that, it was just the best thing that you can hear, that your child is thriving amidst what's happening around her.
Of course. Well, also, she's repeating everything. You probably have to keep her away from some of those dirtier mouth housewives.
The other day, she got mad at someone spraying cold water on her, and she warned them a few times, no. And then she said, I told you. Everyone paused like this.
Oh, okay, I'm over there. Okay, yada. We know Brooklyn's adorable, but 75-80% of the interview was about NeNe and Greg and Mark and her fake baby and the surrogate. So that being said, Kenya is a liar. Like, I don't know. Like, the marriage isn't genuine. Clearly, look. If they want to pretend to be married, that's on them. It is not. Look, but they on my TV screen. Of course, I'm going to be like skeptical of the situation when it's clear they don't live together when the cameras are off. They don't live together when the cameras are on. They got a whole baby, and neither one of them is in the same house. I don't know what type of marriage that is. And then for you to sit there and denounce NeNe's relationships, NeNe's marriage, NeNe's situation, whatever the case may be, when her man is there with her, where's yours? I'm just saying. Don't be asking me where mine is, because that ain't none of y'all business. But I digress. But yeah, then she goes in on Tanya and her relationship, and then called Tanya the other woman. It's like, how miserable are you? And y'all can sit on here and call me miserable for talking about her, but I don't understand how is that possible when I'm just calling out the obvious. Do you not see all of the things that she does to try to smear other people? She gets down and dirty. Kenya is evil, and I don't understand why she is like that.